Hello, everyone, and welcome to the virtual field trip over Southern California, China, and Texas. During the next few minutes, we are going to go over some of the important events covering the key emphasis on ethnicity, religion, and the environment. First, let's talk about ethnicity. Our first stop is at Biddy Mason Memorial Park in Los Angeles, California, to investigate the African American population in Southern California. At this stop, we can see that more than 856,000 people are African Americans. But why does this region have a high rate? It all began in the late 19th to early 20th century when there were approximately 7,600 African Americans living in Los Angeles. Biddy Mason was one of them who came in 1866. The reason that there are many African Americans in Los Angeles today is because of two major events: the building of the Transcontinental and Southern Pacific Railroads and World War II. For the latter event, the population of blacks went up by 1/3 due to the developments in the military industries. It has significantly changed the demographics of western cities such as the LA and San Francisco and Oakland regions. As a result, the population of blacks in LA went up by 700,000 people, from 63,000 in 1940 to 763,000 in 1970, which is more than 12 times the population in a 30-year period. Next, we are switching gears to religion. For this stop, we will be stopping in two different locations, India and China. There are two major groups of religions in China: Mahayana Buddhist, Confucianist, Taoist, and Lamistic Buddhist. Buddhism started as a Hindu-based religion in China and was spread to India about 2,000 years ago when the Silk Road occurred. It has played an important role in trading goods and interchanging cultures from not just India and China, but also the Middle East, Central Asia, and even Japan. Buddhism consists of three languages: Mandarin Chinese, Tibetan, and Balinese. Mahayana Buddhist came from the Kushan Empire called Yuezhi. Lamistic Buddhist people came from Tibet, which is the western portion of China. Other major religions in China include Taoism and Confucianism. Taoism, a polytheistic religion, is the native religion of China, founded by Lao Tzu. His writings, called the Tao Teachings, made way for the doctrines. These writings have a long history since the 3rd century AD. Confucianism is another main philosophy of China, creating the major aspects of Chinese culture. Its beliefs have changed and developed since the 5th century BC. For the final stop, focusing on environmental issues, we will be stopping in Texas to investigate the carbon dioxide emissions in the United States, which is one of the most severe problems that the country is currently facing. Why do we choose this state? In Texas, there are more than 700 million carbon dioxide emissions per year, more than any other state in the nation, counting for more than 13% of the total emissions in the US. The United States has 4% of the world's population, but produces about 25% of the total carbon dioxide emissions in the world. Because the US has many large industrial factories which require using energy from electricity, it can lead to increasing emissions from carbon dioxide. In addition, the auto industry is an important part to make up for the economy, and cars are much-needed transportation for people in the United States. For example, in Texas, pretty much everyone has a car. The number is still rising in recent years. Almost 22 million automobiles are registered in Texas. Thus, it causes the increasing of carbon dioxide emissions. To solve these issues and protect the environment, there are measures that need to be taken immediately, such as reducing the deforestation and increasing the area of plants, restricting the number of carbon dioxide emissions allowed, developing efficient energy in many different industries, and further use of renewable energy must be less dependent on fossil fuels, as they can make the carbon dioxide emissions worse to the environment. This stop concludes our virtual field trip over Southern California, China, and Texas. I hope you enjoyed learning about the patterns of the African American population in Southern California, the different types of religions in China, and the carbon dioxide emissions in Texas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.